Hello and welcome back to another episode of Market House. My name is Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And we are excited to be back for episode 39 and just talking Disney with you guys. Yeah, but before we dive in, just a little disclaimer. We are recording a few days earlier than we usually do, just for some scheduling stuff. And so if we miss a big news story that comes out in the next few days and we totally don't talk about it, just give us a little grace. We're recording earlier than usual. So if the castle shoots fireworks out the front or whatever.
Or I don't even know.
Yeah, if Pirates of the Caribbean turns into Transformers, some big thing.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll be on social media. But yeah, may not be in this episode. But no, it's been a great week so far. We've just been it's been like milder weather for us. Usually it's like 100 degrees in July, but it's been nice and pleasant the last couple of days. It is heating up, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 105.
Good Lord.
It's coming.
It went from 80-something degrees to 105.
But everyone needs to be okay with it, though, because it's July. This is
know,
normal.
But I don't like the normal.
I know.
I like the mild.
Go live in like Alaska or something where it's like
will.
only like 80.
Seriously, for like July and August, I would.
Yeah.
But no, we're getting attacked by ants again. That's one update for you, if you care. I don't know if you do, but ants have decided to invade the home again. And they just keep coming through this one area in the house. So we're having a pest guy come out tomorrow, and hopefully he can help eradicate the ant problem.
But in good news, Thor is coming out tonight.
Yeah, so Thor, we're recording on a Thursday, and so the first showing, it's not like what it used to be back in the day when it would be like midnight. I think 8 o'clock is the new midnight.
I liked the midnight showings.
I never went to one.
They're so fun because you're just amped up.
Yeah.
I went to a Toy Story one, I think.
What?
A long time ago.
They did Toy Story at midnight?
I don't
believe you.
It wasn't Toy Story.
I don't think it was Toy Story.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to call baloney on that one. But yeah, Thor's coming out. A lot of people, including us, are very excited about that movie. Everything. The cast is insane. We love the Thor movies just in general.
Yeah.
And this one looks particularly good.
Christian Bale. Natalie Portman.
Let's go.
And of course, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
AKA Thor, son of Odin.
All right. Chill. But no, before we dive into the news this week, please consider leaving a review on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify or whatever listening platform you listen to us on. That would be a great help. Just kind of helps us climb the ladder in search results when people are like, hey, what's a good Disneyland podcast? And they type that in, we'll show up a little higher on that list.
Yeah, and then please share with your friends and your family. Let us know let them know what we're doing over here at Market House, and
that would
join
be
the family.
Greatly appreciated. Thanks so much in advance for doing that. And let's go ahead and dive into that news. All right, for our first news story, we've got kind of just some updates on ride refurbs and openings since there's a lot of moving parts going on at the parks. And, Pirates of the Caribbean just opened back up, and Disneyland's announcing more refurbs and holiday overlay fantastical things. So just want to keep you updated on that because it's hard to keep it all in order in my head. I never know what's closing and what's opening back up.
Yeah, and this is a super popular time for rides to go down, especially for overlays, whatever it is, because the holiday season is quickly approaching.
Very true, which leads us to our first refurb, and that is Haunted Mansion is doing its annual closing for the holiday overlay, our favorite version of the ride.
Yes. I can't wait.
Very controversial take there. Yeah, you love it. But it goes down August 15th and opens up on September 1st. And it will be in all of its holiday glory, back up and running with the folks over with what characters? I can't think of the movie.
Jack Skellington?
What's the movie?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Come on.
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. I'm a little tired.
Oogie Boogie?
I know. It's fantastic.
Sally? Zero?
I know. I was just a little slow on the go on that one. What's up next?
All right. So next is over at DCA. We actually have Monsters, Inc. It's going to be closing August 15th, and the reopening date is to be determined.
Yeah.
So we're not entirely sure.
So it looks like it's going down for just a good old classic refurb. Maybe just, I don't know.
I'm assuming it'll be quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vacuuming the place up. Maybe brushing up on
dusting.
The animatronics. Yeah, some dusting, some minor dusting. Next up, the next two things are just kind of more opening updates. So these things are opening back up. It's just this one, we actually don't even know when exactly. The red car trolley. So this is that mode of transportation up and down Carthay Circle in DCA. And it was announced that it was supposed to come back summer of 2022, and it's still down, still gone.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So no one really knows when this thing's coming back. They've seen it, people have seen it being tested in the evenings, but no one's allowed on it yet. So I don't know. A little bizarro.
Same thing though with Finding Nemo. It still says it's returning July 25th. So we'll see. I mean, I'm assuming because the water's filled.
Yeah, when they come out with a specific date, I think it's going to actually come out.
It's coming, and there's new features, and I heard the Imagineers added way more coral. So it's supposed to be like a huge slap in the face of coral. When again, that ride, it's not our favorite, but it looks very colorful and pretty.
It's not the ride's fault. It's just I get claustrophobic in it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's a few more. Is it an octopus or is it something else? I think I heard someone else call it the thing that's on top of the water now that everyone can see.
Oh yeah, it's not an octopus. From Finding Dory.
Yeah, it's something else, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, that's there. So look forward to that July 25th.
All right, next up is more of a developing story, and it looks like the Disneyland Instagram was hacked this morning. So today's July 7th, and unfortunately some pretty nasty stuff was posted, racist, homophobic, just junk on the Disneyland official Instagram.
That's not good.
Yeah, so hacked by some loser somewhere, who knows, and Disney was scrambling to get that back in their possession, so it looks like they did, posted something saying, we apologize for what was posted this morning. It's under control now, and we're going to investigate and see what they can do, what went wrong security-wise, and also find the person who did it. So,
it's pretty big to hack.
Right?
Disneyland's Instagram.
Yeah, so hopefully they can lock that down. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
The fact that people can hack.
Yeah. Again, number one, it's not good that someone hacked it, but number two, the stuff that was posted is just not acceptable.
Nope.
So.
But yeah, so it's still developing. Hopefully Disney can get to the bottom of this and get it all fixed up.
Next up, we have a new series coming to Disney Plus. It is a National Treasure. How would you explain it? It's like spin-off, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So we had 2 movies, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a 3rd movie that was supposed to happen, never happened.
Yeah.
And so now we're getting a Disney Plus series.
Yes. And it's going to be called National Treasure Edge of History.
Edge of History.
And I'm very excited for this because we did see Nicolas Cage coming out of Club 33. It was quite the...
It was cool.
It was funny.
Nick Cage, man, in all his glory, walking out of Club 33. But I'm excited. I love actually the National Treasure movies. They're kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. And no one from the OG cast is returning except for Justin Bartha. He's the guy who plays Riley.
Okay.
The male counterpart, I guess, or the other guy in the group.
Okay.
With Nick Cage stealing the Declaration of Independence. So I'm excited. It's supposed to be just like a cameo. I think he's in one episode. People are really wanting Nick Cage to make an appearance in this. I don't know if he will.
I'm assuming.
I hope, but it's hard.
What's National Treasure without Nicolas Cage?
Not to say like Disney Plus is like a step down. It's just, it's not as like big, right, as a film.
Okay, but I'm going to stop you right there, though.
Actors get a little weird.
What happened? Okay, spoiler alert. If you have not seen the Obi-Wan, skip like 30 seconds. What happened at the end of Obi-Wan?
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
What's his name? I don't know.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. No one thought he was coming, and look what happened. Nick Cage is coming back.
All right. Caitlin called it.
Coming from me, no one else.
The Nick Cage is back. All right. So look for National Treasure Edge of History coming to Disney Plus. All right. Our final news story happens over on the other coast, Disney World. And it looks like character dining is coming back in full swing for Disney World.
Yeah, it's super exciting. The Crystal Palace, which for those who don't know on the Disneyland side is the same thing as our Plaza Inn.
Yeah.
It's going to be opening September 20th. And then Ohana, which is over at the Polynesian, is going to be opening September 27th. And then the Cape May Cafe at Beach Club Resort is going to be opening October 4th.
Yes. And so just to clarify, they're open. It's just the character dining.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They're going to be,
Yeah, is coming back.
Fully reopening to its full capacity.
Exactly. So these things are already open for normal dining. It's just they'll get that character dining thing
experience
back, which is fun because they were like the kings, queens of character dining. We have a few, but Disney World puts us to shame in the amount of characters you get to see while eating. Yeah,
exactly.
Crazy. So the kind of cool thing, I guess, about this is that Scott Gustin over on Twitter said that Walt Disney World wants to be back to like full swing, full normalcy by October, and this is what it looks like. Kind of the last step looks like for them.
It'd be great because again, it's a the October is the start. Well, I guess technically September is, but usually October is the start of the Halloween season, which then smack dabs right into Christmas, and that's some of their most popular times.
Yeah,
so it'd be good.
Starts in September for us. I think it starts in August for them.
That's right. I keep forgetting
they start super early.
All you Walt Disney World natives, how do you guys do Halloween in August?
100 degrees with 80% humidity.
I'm for it in September. I get it because we start like decorating for fall in September.
Yeah,
but it's so hot on both coasts in September, and then again,
we still get 90-degree days in September.
And
here.
Walt Disney World's getting hurricanes in October.
It doesn't make any sense. Try that. Probably add logic to this whole thing, but it's good for Disney because the crowds come starting at the end of August. All right, we're back with Disney trivia with Caleb
and Caitlin.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
This music, I'm telling you, I was at a Starbucks searching for probably 45 minutes, longer than I should have, for the perfect game show 60s, and I think I found it.
This is perfect.
Right? I'm going to say it every single time we do it. I just love this jam.
Let's do it every time. I love it.
It's perfect.
I love this, yeah.
All right. So, Caitlin, I started last time.
Okay.
Why don't you start us this time?
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And let's dive in to the first question.
All right. For your first question, this has to do with Aladdin, okay?
Okay.
It's backstory. The magic lamp is hidden in the cave of...
Wonders?
Wow. Okay. You were going to get that.
Really?
Yes, that was right.
The only reason I remember is because of the stage show at
the Cave
DCA.
of Wonders.
Yeah. And my little brother would cry every single time right at that part.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Okay, well, that was quick. All right. One so far.
One? Okay. I was like, one what? One what?
Okay, last question. How old is Crush in Finding Nemo?
150.
Oh my gosh. You're amazing. That was so good.
Two for two this week.
Okay, that was pretty good, Caleb. I'm proud of you.
I've got a terrible memory, but when it comes to Disney stuff, I think I remember.
All right, you crushed it.
All right, I'll take my 2 for 2 this week. Caitlin, here are your questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
For this week's Disney trivia. First one. What is the name of Belle's father in Beauty and the Beast?
Maurice.
Oh, come on. All right, that was too easy.
Movie.
Last week's were really hard.
They were really, I kind of dialed it down a little bit.
Yeah, so I thought I'd be nicer to you this time.
Okay.
Question 2. What popular snack food was invented at Disneyland?
Doritos.
Wait, no.
What?
You knew that? Yeah. How'd you know that?
Because I'm a Disney connoisseur.
Get out, dude. I could not believe. I was like, oh, I'm going to stump her on this one.
I only knew that because you told me a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about it and you're like, what was it? We were talking about the Firefly chips. Remember?
Oh, Fritos. That's how I got
Fritos.
up.
And then you're like, oh, by the way, did you know Doritos were kind of invented on accident?
That's the best factoid.
Like, what?
Yeah, let me tell you what it was. Or what it what it was. What it was. They were made from they fried stale tortillas at a restaurant called Casa de Fritos. It was a sponsored restaurant.
This is delicious.
By Frito-Lay.
Okay.
And it was, invented at the park. They said, why waste all these stale tortillas? Let's fry them up and sell them like that.
They're
and
amazing.
Then they eventually, years later, didn't originally have like that powder, the fake cheese powder, but eventually they added it years down the road.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Are you a Cool Ranch Dorito person or nacho cheese Dorito?
So I was a diehard Cool Ranch, like absolutely diehard. But I think I've slowly come back to this classic nacho cheese.
Yeah, I love the nacho cheese. And then the spicy, the green bag.
Salsa verde.
That one's really good
Those
too.
are bomb.
Yeah, I love those ones. And there's like the, what are the hot Cheeto ones? There's like hot Cheeto Doritos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like the flamin' hot, like seasoning that's on Cheetos.
It's on Doritos.
Remember we had them one time and you loved them.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember
so
that.
Good.
My mouth is starting to
I know,
salivate as I think about it.
Okay.
Okay, well, enough Doritos talk. That's this week's Disney Trivia. Thanks for joining us. And let's dive into our main segment.
Let's do it.
All right. So that brings us to our main segment for this week's episode, and that is our top 10 snacks at the Disneyland Resort.
I'm very excited about this one.
I am too. We've talked like dining experiences, so that's like full-on entrees, right? That's like $20 meals. That's full-on food. This is a time to talk about those. And this is how I described what a snack is in the park. You asked me when we were developing our lists, hey, Caleb, can we say we'll split this meal item? Can we split a hot dog? Or can we split whatever? My deal was it has to be less than like $10 because anything else is just a repurposed entree.
Right.
So these are the top 10 snacks that are like less than $10, an actual snack food item, I would argue. Not a burger cut in half.
Yeah. But no, I understand. Because there was a couple things where I'm like, well, like, for example, at Jolly Holiday, I was going to put grilled cheese and tomato soup because there's been times where we just split that late at night.
But that is a meal.
Right. So this is specifically just snack items.
Yes. So Caitlin, let's go into your list. Tell us what your number 10.
Ooh.
So we're going to go from
the bottom.
Yeah, let's go from not least favorite, but like least favorited.
Least of the favorites.
Yeah.
Yes.
On your list.
Okay, so first of all, my number 10 is something that makes me very sad because they discontinued it.
Okay, hold on. Before you say that.
What?
Are we sure it's discontinued or just like not brought back because of
Well, my whole thing is like I just don't
the
know
weird times.
Why they wouldn't bring that one thing back. That's why part of me is like, why would they save it for another time?
My only theory is that most of those things, so the things made, this is my take. I may be way off on this, or if a cast member wants to chime in and let me know if I'm wrong. Part of me thinks that a lot of the candy making and stuff is for show in the stores, right? That's not all their inventory. My understanding is that they have kitchens in the back that they can pump out a ton of those, right?
Okay.
And my thought process maybe is that staffing issues, they don't have like the back kitchen open to where they can just like make all of the candies, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm
so
like,
maybe they're just doing the like absolute like the what is it, the toffee and peanut brittle they brought back recently. So I think they're slowly starting to bring stuff back as they get staffed. So I wouldn't say it's discontinued.
Well, if anyone's a cast member and once you hear what my number 10 is, let me know because this is my favorite thing on earth. I had to lower it to the bottom of the list because they obviously don't sell it right now. But for my number 10, it's the chocolate honeycomb.
All right.
And for those who are like, what are you talking about? It's Disneyland has these little bagged treats that they sell usually in like the
Candy Palace.
Yeah, almost like confectionery.
Pooh's Corner?
Pooh's Corner, yeah. So basically it's honeycomb that's been dried, dipped into chocolate, and it is absolutely amazing.
It's really good.
It's so good. It's crunchy, it's creamy because of chocolate. It's amazing. So Disney, if you're listening, please bring that back because I love it. And again, I love getting stuff from Pooh's Corner. So
yeah, it's a favorite corner of the park.
Yes. All right. Number 9. This is very...
You're going to make a lot of people mad.
Okay, so before you guys get very angry with me, I have reasoning behind this. So I'm just going to come out and say my number 9 is beignets.
Ooh.
Okay, it's been said.
That is low on the list.
Everyone's like, whoa, what's going on here?
Low on that list.
For those of you who are new here, because there's quite a few, Caleb has celiac disease. So for those who do not know what that is, he cannot have wheat or gluten. Otherwise, he'll get very sick.
Barley, malt, rye.
Right.
Would you like me to list everything?
Yeah. So growing up, prior to Caleb and I being together, my family really never got the beignets.
Really?
Never. It was
Why?
never, I have no idea. Like thinking now, I'm like, why did we not get beignets? It was just never a hit. Like we were more of like ice cream people or popcorn churros. So when Caleb and I started going to the parks together, Caleb can't eat the beignets, obviously, because they have wheat and gluten in them. Mm-hmm. So I'm the one where I'm kind of like, I don't want to get something that he can't have because I just feel bad, even though he's basically trying to buy me beignets every time.
Which I've done in the past.
He has. And I'm just kind of like, no, like there's so many other things that I can get here. However, we went to Walt Disney World, and is it Saratoga Springs? What's it called?
No, Port Orleans.
Port Orleans. Why did I say Saratoga?
I have no idea.
I think the name is...
was it the Grand Floridian? No, it is the Port Orleans French Quarter or Riverside.
Sassagoula? Is that
Sassagoula Flats or something.
So in Sassagoula, whatever. It's something with an S.
Okay.
Inside that hotel, they have gluten-free beignets for Caleb. And I tried those, and they are absolutely amazing. The gluten-free ones, they're more fluffy, they're sweeter, they're life-changing.
Really, really
so
good.
If you're ever in Walt Disney World, try the gluten-free ones. Again, they're not Mickey-shaped because they're not able to do that mold. They're just regular, like square. They're so good. So when we came back to Disney recently, I tried them here. I actually prefer the gluten-free ones in Walt Disney World over the regular ones.
Really? Okay.
Again, for those who have not tried the regular or the gluten-free ones, try them first before you tell me I'm crazy.
Buy a $800 flight to Walt Disney World. buy
They're
tickets.
Good. Yeah. Okay, so for my number 8, if you take a little field trip over to the Poultry Palace in Pixar Pier, I love getting what?
I was laughing. I'm sorry. Last night when she was making this list, she
stop. Don't tell them that.
She first put like, what was it? Buttered? No,
I put hot buttery corn.
She put hot buttery corn from Poultry Palace. I'm like, I don't think that's what it's called.
No, it's called hot butter corn. Or no. Hot corn with butter.
Dude. And why isn't it just called corn on the cob?
I thought it was hot buttery corn.
Dude, I can't. I'm going to order it like that next time. I'm going to go, can I get the hot buttery corn?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically they have like a box of chicken that you can get there. And then they also have the chimichangas, right?
Yeah, chimichangas, essentially fried chicken. It's gluten-free. I don't know how. I think it's like cornmeal instead of flour.
Yeah, and then they have hot corn that they dip in either butter or they put tahini on it.
Oh, really?
And so a couple trips ago, we got the chicken box and the corn is so good.
It is so good, and it constitutes as a snack because it is separate. It's a separate side.
Yes.
It's not like included with the chicken.
No, it's separate. But it's very, very hot and super butter. Like literally, if I saw someone last trip actually was walking around with one and it was literally dripping butter on the ground.
It's so good. It's so good though.
It's amazing. Okay, so for my number 7 choice, I'm going to take a little field trip over to Pooh's Corner again. We're back. And this is one that I normally do not see anyone talking about. I don't know, people don't know it exists or if people just don't like it. But for my number 7, I put the chocolate dipped pineapple.
Yeah, you like this one.
Yes, and for those who don't know, it is a spear of pineapple dipped in, I think it's dark chocolate.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because I'm not a giant fan of the chocolate part just because I hate dark chocolate.
Yeah, it's like a dark chocolate shell, and it's like they've drizzled like I think white chocolate over it. It's very good. And again, for a hot day, the pineapple's like chilled. It's so good. So I highly recommend if it's during the summer and you want like fruit, it's a good option.
Nice.
So
the warning, this is I think a warning for pineapple in general, you will get the strings in your teeth.
Yes.
Especially when you're like chomping down into it. Yeah.
It's a pretty good piece of pineapple too.
Floss.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for my number 6, this is a classic. Just Mickey pretzel with cheese.
Nice.
I don't think you can go wrong. They're so cute and they're good. And the nacho cheese is just so
that's like an extra
good.
$1, isn't it?
Yes.
The heck,
But
man.
you have to. If you're going to get one, you have to get the cheese.
Got to go all out.
Next up, for my number 5, we're going to go all the way to Jolly Holiday. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be like, what are you getting at Jolly Holiday? I love the chips and aioli. You can ask for a side of it.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a secret hack thing, right? So you can order the potato chips, which are house made, which is insane. They're made right there at Jolly Holiday. I had to think about the word for a second.
Yeah.
No, we talked to someone. Sorry, I'm going to go off another show.
Tell them.
They thought it was, my brother went with a person that had never been to the park before, and she said, are we eating at Holiday Jolliday?
Yes.
And I was like, no. So
she's so sweet.
I know. It's hard for me not to call it Holiday Jolliday now because I think it's just hilarious. But anywho-ski. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So you're over at Jolly Holiday. Yes. You can buy the potato chips, which are house made.
Yes.
And if you ask for the side of aioli, which usually comes with the sandwiches.
Right.
It is heaven on earth.
Yeah, so we rediscovered this little hack basically by getting their normal, like, what is it, turkey or chicken sandwich?
Turkey sandwich, yeah.
It comes with a side of the house-made chips, and normally the aioli goes on the sandwich. So one time we're like, let's just get the sauce on the side because it was one of our first times trying it.
Yeah.
And the chips, number 1, are absolutely amazing. And the aioli sauce, you guys, you have to try it. Get it, order a side of chips, get yourself a water or whatever drink you want, dip it in that sauce, and it'll change your life. It's so good.
Very good.
Oh, and my mouth is watering.
I know, and I want it, like, if they sold just the aioli in, like, a bottle, I'd buy that junk and bring it home.
Yeah, because it's not like a normal mustard aioli. It's different.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's definitely mayonnaise-based.
It's like a poppy seed aioli.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. So try it next time. Let us know what you think.
I'm so hungry now.
It's very good. Yeah, same here. Okay, so for number 4, I've talked about this item practically every podcast. And for those who have been here for a while, you're going to be like, oh, here she goes again.
Yeah.
My number 4 is over at DCA. You can get this at multiple locations around the Disney parks, but I love getting it from Bing Bong's, which is at Pixar Pier. It is none other than the chocolate caramels.
Chocolate caramels.
I will say them every single time we record. You guys, they are absolutely amazing. It's the perfect snack to just pull out of your backpack while you're in line, while you're waiting for World of Color, whatever it is. They're like Milk Duds, but 3,000 times better, and they're soft.
They're really good. And you're right. The resealable bag, the fact that you can have it for the whole trip, right? So we'll buy it like the first night we're there.
Yeah.
And then we get to just kind of like in line if we have a little sweet tooth, which we always have a sweet tooth when we're at Disney.
Oh, yeah.
You can just put a couple in your hand and just pop them in your mouth.
It's tradition to get it the first night. It's so fun.
Yes.
So yeah, if you ever get those, tag us or comment, let us know what you think, and I will live through you with that picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so for number 3, I have...
Top 3 is a big deal.
Top 3. This is my favorite. And this is usually something that I ask Caleb every time. Can we go get this right now? Like, I'm always asking for it because it's so good.
Yeah.
My number 3 is the raspberry and pineapple swirl Dole Whip. That one specifically.
Tropical Hideaway, right?
Yes, over at Tropical Hideaway in Disneyland. And I noticed a lot of people kind of go back to back with these because everyone tries to fight about which flavor is the best.
Yeah.
For Disneyland specifically, it's the raspberry and pineapple for me. But recently on our last Disney World trip, we had the pineapple swirl with vanilla. That was the best thing I've ever had in my entire life.
Unbelievable.
But we don't have that over at Disneyland.
No, and we bought it like 8 times.
Yeah, it was so good. Because we normally just share a swirl.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, it is so good.
Don't choke on me.
No.
Yeah, no, it is. That junk is so good, especially on a hot day. So this last trip, before dinner or before lunch?
Before lunch, we got this one.
Yeah, we cheated and we ate dessert before lunch or whatever, and it was so blisteringly, it was hot. It was really hot. I was warm, and I said, you know what? Forget it. Let's go get a nice Dole Whip and chill.
It's just, I mean, it's so refreshing. The raspberry and the pineapple mixed together. Right now, they have the watermelon and pineapple.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
It's
that
seasonal.
Was really good.
They change them out. Right?
Yeah, that was really good. So hopefully one day they'll bring over the vanilla and the pineapple swirl because that is just creamy deliciousness. Okay, so for number 2, we're going to go on to Main Street over to Gibson Girl. And this is going to be such a...
Specifically Gibson Girl.
Specifically Gibson Girl.
Yeah, you like this one.
I always... And everyone's gonna be like, are you kidding? I love getting their waffle cone with cookies and cream ice cream. It's so traditional, but it is just... It's my favorite thing to get. I love walking around the park with it and just holding it.
I love it because it's like $6 for a scoop of Dryer's ice cream
and
a
handmade
30-cent waffle cone.
It's so good.
I know.
And it's magic. There's something about walking around Main Street or even Disneyland with a ice cream cone. It's just so good. But specifically Gibson Girl, I don't know what, or if this is just me being weird, Clarabelle's over at DCA, it tastes different.
Yeah, you don't like it as much.
Than Gibson Girl. I have no idea why. I don't know. But
yeah.
Gibson
it's just
Girl,
something special. Gibson Girl is just
that Disney magic over there.
Yeah, the quintessential Main Street treat.
Yes. All right, are you ready?
All right, number 1.
Number 1.
Let's hear it.
It's making my mouth water. This is a must-do every single trip, multiple times each trip. My number 1 thing on my list is popcorn.
Popcorn.
Specifically at the popcorn cart over by Haunted Mansion.
That's your new favorite.
Favorite place to get popcorn.
Okay, it used to be Main Street.
Yes, it's changed.
Okay.
I think recently, last time we went for Halloween, we got some there.
And you got the Jack Skellington popcorn
bucket. Got the Jack Skellington popcorn bucket, and I have a distinct memory of getting it, smelling, because they just popped fresh popcorn. You were all excited because we just secured the Jack Skellington head popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
And I remember that was going on, and then I looked over and I saw like the Haunted Mansion all decorated for Night Before Christmas. And I'm like, this is a core memory. I'm so excited. So specific, again, the popcorn's the same all around the park, but I like getting it at the Haunted Mansion booth.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
You love your popcorn.
The popcorn's so good. And it screams Disneyland.
Fun story.
Yeah.
About popcorn. It reminds me of you every single time.
What?
The cart walking past Soarin'. There's a popcorn cart right there in front of that plane.
Yeah,
right?
where the
billboard,
big scenery board. Yeah.
Yep. So right there on the right-hand side, there's this really cool metal-looking popcorn stand, and that has a special place in our Disney history, I guess, is because I was down there for a day for a work trip, and so I had flown down really early in the morning, like 6 a.m. Flew down there, had a meeting, and then I was done. So I had like a full-on late afternoon, early evening by myself.
Right.
And we had annual passes at the time, so I said, I'm going to stop by Disney. Why not? So I had a few hours to kill. So there's a whole other story to that actual day. That's actually the day where I met someone that all snowballed into going into Club 33.
Right.
This whole thing. But anywho, I was in the park. I'm FaceTiming Caitlin. I'm like, it's so weird being here without you. And I'm like, I'm here for work, but she's like, go by the parks, go ride some rides. So I was riding rides, and I'm like, okay, I got to get out of here. Time got away, and I remember being like, I got to be at the airport in like 15 minutes. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So I start running towards the entrance, and I run past this popcorn cart, and they're popping popcorn right there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get the popcorn bucket that you can seal up, right? Close the lid on it.
Plastic lid.
Yep. And I'm going to fly home with popcorn for Caitlin from Disneyland.
You're so sweet.
And so I get it. I'm like kind of in a rush. I'm like, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Swipe my card, whatever, grab it. And I start booking it towards the entrance.
He's literally running through Disney.
I'm like running through Disney. And you're not supposed to do that. I do not encourage you to do this behavior. But I was trying to catch a flight, and the lid popped off, and I didn't even realize it. So I had to run back like 50 yards, like my orange popcorn bucket lid on the ground, put it back on there, and I got home and got you. I mean, I'm sure at that point it wasn't very warm or fresh.
It doesn't matter if it's warm. It's still amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. You're so sweet for doing that. I love that memory.
Yeah, that little popcorn bucket had quite the adventure.
Well, yeah, and again, it's nothing like you bringing it home, and then literally I saw you with a big smile on your face, and you're like, here it is. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's popcorn.
It's fun night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Caitlin, that is a fantastic list.
Thank you.
Your top 3 is like, there's going to be a lot of repeats in my list.
Yeah.
But let me share mine. Mine actually only have 5. And before you're like, wah, wah, that's lame. It's because like gluten-free wise, there's actually not a ton of snacks, to be honest.
Right.
Like
you can't have the churros. You can't have the pretzels.
I can't have churros. I can't have... Oh, Caitlin, before we go into my list, why in the heck are churros not on your list?
Oh, okay. So yes, because a lot of people are going to be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I love the churros there. They're amazing. They're a staple. My whole weird funk with it is that I feel like they're gone in 5 bites.
Yeah. And they're like not cheap.
And it's just more so like I like enjoying my snack. Like I like having the caramels.
Sure.
I can just get them throughout the day. The ice cream cone, it takes a little bit to eat it because it's big. There's just something, even the popcorn, it takes you a little while because you're both eating out of the carton, but it's kind of like the churro, I feel like it's literally gone in a minute and a half, and I'm like, well, that sucks. So that's why.
I spent $6 on this thing.
So again, it's a 10 out of a 10 treat. It's amazing.
Those things smell so good.
I know. I wish you could have it.
I know. It makes me so hungry when I walk past it. Again, what the heck, Disneyland? You were in Orange County, California.
I know.
Like, should have gluten-free everywhere.
Well, remember, you can have churros at Disney World.
I was about to say that. So I fly over to Orlando, and they've got gluten-free churros at the Grand Destino.
3 Bridges.
Yeah, that restaurant there on the lake. You've got gluten-free churros at Nomad Lounge and Animal Kingdom. Like, come on, Disneyland. There's no excuse. Please give me some.
Hopefully they will one day.
Please.
But enough about me. I want to hear your list.
Yeah, so I only have 5 only because it is kind of hard to find gluten-free snacks. Around the park, you can find them. It's just...
For like dessert-wise, it's a little tricky.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a lot of repurposed stuff. Like when I want a snack, I'm like, I'll just go get a side of fries or something, and that's not really, I don't know, noteworthy.
Yeah.
So anyways, enough about lack of gluten-free. I'll dive into my list. Number 5. So again, I only have 5. Number 5 on this list is that hot buttery corn over at Poultry Palace. That junk is so good. I know it's corn on the cob. I know it's super simple. It's hard to mess up, but it's different. It's like savory, salty, not horrendous for you. Like it's corn, so it's kind of like, what do you call that? It's really not bad for you, not good for you at the same time.
It doesn't do anything for your digestive
system.
system.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's like I'd say it's a neutral thing. Yeah. And then you've got butter, which is not great for you, but it's so like, good. Yeah, it's not as bad as like if I was diving into a gluten-free cake or something like that.
Right.
So corn on the cob, it's just a fun pick-me-up throughout the day. Number 4 on this list, again, we mentioned it a million times, the chocolate caramels. They are so good. Again, it's a simple candy, nothing special, I guess, like when you compare them to other candies, but it is special coming in that Mickey bag, buying them from Bing Bongs.
It's just Disney magic.
Yeah, and just eating them throughout the day.
They're so
really good.
I want one so bad. They're so good.
They're really good. I told you, there's going to be a lot of repeats on here. Actually, all of them are repeats, so.
That's okay.
Spoiler alert. We're already in the top 3 because my list is very short. Dole Whip at Tropical Hideaway. So, like Caitlin, I love the pineapple and raspberry. I did like the pineapple and watermelon last time. I usually do not like watermelon flavored things, but that was pretty good. Good old classic, just plain pineapples. Nothing to...
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. I guess I was trying to say it's nothing to like scoff at. It's really good.
Yeah.
But again, Caitlin's right. That pineapple vanilla swirl from Disney World takes the cake. I wish we get it, or I wish we would get it one day.
I wish we get it.
I wish we get it now. Number 2, ice cream at Gibson Girl. I'm the same with you. Ice cream just tastes better from Gibson Girl.
But this one, you get something different.
I do get something different. Again, being gluten-free, I cannot have the cones. So I get a cup of ice cream, and I get just classic vanilla with hot fudge on top.
Ooh, and they hook it up with the fudge.
It's a lot of fudge, and it's scalding hot, which I love. Nothing wrong about that. But it is overfloweth with hot fudge.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So you do sneak a couple bites of the hot fudge.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. And there's something about like the hot fudge and the super cold ice cream.
I know.
That weird, like,
It is,
it's so good.
It's really good. So on a hot day, it is fun walking around with that treat while Caitlin's munching on her cone. I'm scooping vanilla in my mouth.
Yeah.
That sounds so good right now.
I know.
I'm starving. All right, number 1. We're already at number 1, and that is that Disneyland popcorn. It is so classic. It's buttery. It's salty. It's crunchy. It's all the things. And it tastes so much better. So we buy, hold on. This is a side note thing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
We were walking through the parks the other day, and I looked at the sign, and it said Orville Redenbacher. And I said, whoa, Disney.
I thought it was Pop Secret.
It used to be Pop Secret, but they changed to Orville.
I mean, it's still amazing because we got it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's all good. But yeah, the Pop Secret, we have Pop Secret at home because, but now we got to go buy Orville Redenbacher.
It's Pop Secret, right?
Yeah, Pop Secret.
Okay, I'm like, am I saying that right?
It's hot buttery popcorn.
Okay, stop. Okay, so really quick about your list. I thought you were going to mention the popcorn in Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, you're right, but it hasn't come back since. So when Galaxy's Edge first opened, they had a special popcorn flavor over at that little stand over there.
Yeah.
And it tasted like Captain Crunch.
See, I thought it tasted like Fruity Pebbles.
Captain Crunch.
I guess the same thing, yeah. But it was so good. But now they only have like chocolate banana.
It's gross. Or
you can do like a not tropical sundae, a hot fudge or whatever. What's it called?
Hot fudge. Hot fudge on your popcorn. I don't know what it is. It's none of the flavors have been even close to as good.
Banana split. That's what I'm talking
about.
Split. And then the other, because you're a popcorn guy, the cheddar popcorn.
The cheddar popcorn is good. The only reason I'm not mentioning it is I really don't like my hands getting all dirty in the park.
I'm the same way.
And I have to go clean them, and
yeah,
like hand sanitizer doesn't take it off.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think if there's any other. Last trip you had the Rice Krispie treat, which was big because normally when you look at the back of like the Disney treats, you look for gluten wheat, but for some reason in the Rice Krispie treats there's malt, which Caleb can also not have, and there's always malt flavoring inside of Rice Krispies. But we found
they must use their own like rice cereal or something.
Yeah. Did you like that one?
It was pretty good. It was really, really sweet, like overly sweet. So it had like frosting on it. And so a couple bites there, I felt like my teeth were going to disintegrate. But
good. Nice having the option though.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good change up. So like maybe one every 5 trips. We'll grab that. But no, that was our list. After talking about this, it's about dinner time where we're at, and I'm starving.
I'm craving pizza, chocolate caramels, and
wow, that was junk food night.
Some buttery popcorn.
All right.
And maybe a side of buttery corn.
I can make half of that happen. I cannot get you those chocolate caramels, but we will in our trip in August.
Yeah, it's coming up. We're super excited about it.
Yeah, about a month away. So that brings us to the end of our episode. We appreciate you hanging around, and hope you appreciated the snack talk and got you nice and hungry. And try some of them. If you like these, don't like these, if you disagree with our list and you're like, you are insane, you should have had churros on there, or beignets should not be at 9, it should be at 1.
Yeah.
What have you? What are your thoughts? Please send them over on Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
Let us know. I'm very curious.
Yeah. To hear
or if we missed anything. Like, what's your favorite snack? Let us know.
Doritos, maybe?
I was going to say the pickles.
Oh, yeah. People love the pickles.
There's so many other snacks.
There's like spicy pickles.
Oh, gosh. Don't get me started on pickles.
I hate pickles, but you love them.
So good.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you don't already, please follow us over on Instagram at Market House Podcast and on Twitter at Market House Pod. That would be awesome. Follow along. We've posted a ton of stuff. Caitlin does a fantastic job posting stuff about our trips and just what's happening at the Disney parks. And again, like I said before, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. and sharing this episode or previous episodes with a friend.
Yes, please. We'd really appreciate that. And just a really quick note over on Twitter, Caleb is doing a series right now where he's posting a Disneyland fact every day of the month of July. And for those who are not following on Twitter, follow along. Go hit the follow button. Caleb is always on Twitter posting new things on there. And also for those who might be, I don't have a Twitter. I don't want to be on Twitter. I've got you covered on Instagram over at Market House Podcast. I almost said a retweet. I repost those tweets on stories so you guys can get a little snapshot of what's going on, and they're all saved in fun fact highlights.
Thank you for that.
They're all on there. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And to all the new friends on Instagram and listeners, hello.
Hello.
And we hope you come back next week.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Everything you said, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's it, I guess.
We're going to go have pizza now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.